All right, guys. So we are here again with, my favorite interview so far in this series. We're with Neville Bertus Bell. I don't even have to ask him to introduce himself. His reputation would have already spoken, and we're so appreciative that he'd give us some of his valuable time, Coach. Thank you for being here with us.
Yeah, man, my pleasure, man.
All right, so, Coach, this season is a very, very weird season. Unprecedented times, the pandemic and all. How would you say your preparation was affected this particular season? Let's start by that.
Normally we go to the gym from February.
Yeah.
We don't come on the field until exams are over, until about June or July. We didn't go to the gym this year. We usually go to the National Stadium and we run the entire bleachers multiple times. We didn't do that this year. We normally have a pre-season camp right here at St. George's College for a month. We didn't do that this year. We normally have a pre-season tournament. We didn't have one. We normally play Kingston College in the Europa Cup. We never had that. We normally play every single local or Kingston Premier League team. We only played one. So to be fair, we never had a pre-season. We've been training now for about 5 weeks.
5 weeks.
And when we started, we only trained on a Tuesday and a Saturday because school now ends at 3 o'clock. We normally start training at 3 o'clock, but they're not at school at 3 o'clock, they're at home. And some of the kids live in St. Thomas, some live in Portmore. So for me to get them to train, they wouldn't come till 4:35, and I can't accept that. So we just didn't train. So right now, we really never had a preseason. The final thing I'll say about preseason is every year we end up with about 15, 16 players who would have played Manning Cup before. This year we have one.
Oh, because of the gap season last year?
Brian, the captain, Brian.
That must have been. And also, speaking about that gap season, how would that have affected some of your senior players last season as it relates to matriculating to tertiary or professional status? How would you say them not having their final year in the Manning Cup would have affected?
It didn't hurt us a lot. They still got scholarships. I came back to St. George's 2007. More than 100 student athletes have been given full scholarships. What happened to us this year is some of the kids just couldn't take it anymore and they just quit school. We had a goalkeeper who went and joined the army, which I'm so very happy for him. But some of them it was so frustrating. No one knew whether it was going to be played, when it was going to be played, and some of them just said, Coach, I have to move on, So it was tough, but I suspect we're not the only school. Some of the schools had their camps, and we played a practice game against a team, and the coach told me that they were in camp from July 4 months.
I'm glad you said that, Coach. That's exactly what I was going to segue to. Right? I was about to ask you, do you think Georges would have been put at a resounding disadvantage due to the fact that other schools may have gone against the protocol and would have continued to proceed with their general or usual Manning Cup preparation?
I don't want to say they went against the protocol because I have no proof of that. About St. George's being at a disadvantage? No, I mean, it's not their fault that we never had a preseason. I mean, the way things were, it just happened like that. So no, Bridget, I am so happy that the kids have an opportunity to play football.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't make excuses, so no one will hear me say, well, we lost, it was a rebuilding season. No, every season, when I came back to St. George's College in 2007, I said I wanted to make the program competitive. And I meant that every year they must talk about us. We can win, we are in the semi-final. And if you allow me, I came back 07, we won 2 titles 08, 2 titles 09, the triple 2011, 2 titles 2012, we got the 2 semi-finals 2013, 1 Walker Cup 2014, 3 finals 2015, got to the final 2018. So we have done what I wanted to do, make it competitive. No, you're not going to win every year, even though you can. But we try to win every year. So even though these kids is the youngest I've ever, about 5 or 6 of these kids don't even play Colts. They played under 14 and they haven't played under 16. They come straight to the Manning Cup. So no, I'm not worried about that at disadvantage. I just want them to enjoy themselves and we take what we get out of the season.
And speaking about youth, I'd like to speak about Brian Burkett. That's the epitome of what Georges stands for. Like a young kid that has been with you for over a decade and has matriculated into your system, captain at such a young age. What would you say went into the selection process of such a young captain?
Brian first, I don't even know Brian's full story. Barcelona came here a couple years ago. Brian was chosen as the MVP and taken to Barcelona. Manchester United came here a year or 2 after that. Brian was taken to Trinidad and Tobago to get a Caribbean, I think it was 10 players to go, and he was taken to Manchester United. Every year I give a senior player the captaincy. We don't have a senior player this year. So Well, we have Lamont, but Lamont just came from another school, and I think it would be unfair. We did it with Dominic. Dominic was very different, but Lamont came from another school. So every year, almost as a reward, the senior player would have played under 14, under 16 Manning Cup, and almost as a reward, a senior player is the captain every year. Brian is the most senior, even though he's only 16 years old.
Yeah, so you guys have a captain with you for
he's the only person who played Manning Cup before. Yeah, I guess you can say Lamont would be at this level because Lamont played the Costa Cup, played under 17 and played for Cavalier in the Premier League. So Lamont would be the most accomplished player. But Brian is the only one who played Manning Cup before. So, and he deserves it. He's a good youth, and I'm not impressed with football captains.
Yeah.
Football captains spin the coin. I'm
Yeah,
impressed with leadership. And you don't have to be the captain to be a leader. Brian is a good leader. And we want leaders out there. Only cricket the captain say you bowl and you field. Football really and truly the only role you have is to spin the coin. So he'll be fine. And we're all learning. I'm learning, he's learning, so he'll be fine.
Coach, something I wanted to ask, and I mentioned it to Coach Gale. Right now, like this program, it is hard to imagine Coach Neville Bell and Marcel Gale outside of St. George's College. I can't imagine the coach.
Impossible to imagine.
What is the connection? What is the affinity that you have? Where did it start?
Right here. I went to St. George's College. I have a family. I have many brothers. My family is kind of split, so half my family went to Kingston College, half came here. 6 of us played football for Jamaica, 3 of us coached Jamaica, a couple of us played professional football. So this is where everything started for me. I didn't play Manning Cup because I migrated. I left St. George's, I left Jamaica, and I went away. But this is my home. And when I came back, I don't know if I've ever been as happy as I was the day I was asked to come to St. George's to coach. It's like a dream at St. George's. And we are many things, but we're also known as a football school. Jamaica College, the only team, would have won more Manning Cup titles than we have. So, no, I'm not ever going to say I wouldn't go anywhere else, but it is hard to see me not coaching St. George's College if I am coaching schoolboy football.
And that explains the love. Could you walk me through the celebration?
Yeah,
scoring and hugging the coach.
The well-renowned.
I don't know. 2010, we were playing Wolmer's right here. We won the game 4-3. And we led and they take it back and it was back and forth. When we scored the 4th goal, Devon Williams was the captain who was speedy. And they ran down and he just looked at me and he says, we're going to the coach. And everybody just came and it was the first it happened. And I was telling everybody who comes, I tell them, it is not a criteria to hug the coach when you score. Feel good. I like it. But it's not a criteria. And from then it just happened. But it feels good. And we are a family.
From what I've seen, coach, is the embodiment of family. There's no disconnect between coaches and players. It's more a familiar relationship where you're doing this because you love the boys and you love
We are a family.
Itself.
We are a family.
It definitely shows.
We're a family, and that's why I want to win. But it is hugely important to me that they win, and them winning is scholarship and jobs and universities and stuff, which is what I like. I was told that the amount of things I do for them and stuff, but I tell you something, I don't know who get more out of it. To be fair, it feels good. Devon Williams gave me a national shirt the last time the Jamaica team was here, and he's given me every single club he goes to, he gives me a shirt with his name on the back. But he gave me a national shirt, the Jamaica shirt, the black one. And in the 22, he said, "Thanks for everything, coach." And when I got it and I looked at it, I cried. That's one of the reasons I coach. I want to win, and I want to win every year, and I want to win bad. But you see, when some of these kids, without a scholarship, they're not going to make it. So when I say that, boy, that is good.
Yeah, man, coach. And there have been standouts from this program. Nico Campbell, Shane Jenkins, and up to more recently, Alex Marshall. It's this George's program is something very different than anything else. Honestly, coach, we could stay here and talk to you for the whole entire day, but I know that you have a trophy to win, which is why Rush wants to ask you one final question.
If you give me your money, you can stay here and talk all day.
You're the hard question now, coach. I don't know if it's hard for you. But is SDGC in this Manning Cup competition this year to just have fun and participate, or do you want to win the competition?
No, man, I kind of answered that before.
Yeah.
No, man, we are here to win. Because the more you go in the competition, we're not stupid and we don't make unrealistic expectations. And then sooner than later, you will look around and say, all right, maybe we can't handle that team, or maybe we have to work hard. But no, we feel we are as good as anybody. And if you first thing, as I told them at the last game, 2 teams will come out of the zone and 2 best third place. That's our first job, come out of the zone. After we come out of the zone, we see who we have to play and stuff like that, and hopefully we'll have a lot more condition. But no, man, that's why I say I would never say I'm rebuilding. When I hear rebuilding just means exactly what you said. That you just go and go through the season and maybe next year will come for it. No, if we don't win, it won't be because we didn't try to win.
Sure.
We might not have the quality to, and I will accept that. But if we don't win, it won't be because we didn't try. We want to win, and we want to win every single year. We want to win every single match. St. George's is like that, If you're not a Georgian and you coach this school, you're not only expected to win at George's, you're expected to win every game, all the time.
Yeah.
And every time you lose, somebody come and say, what happened yesterday and what happened, After some time I would say, we kind of lose every year still, but no, we are here to do our best, and wherever that takes us, we can live with that.
Coach, off topic. Before, I know we're done, but off topic. This is one of my strongest opinions. I feel like Neville Bell could take Jamaica's national team.
Yeah,
to
but
the
he
next
said
level.
3.
Just give me a quick.
He said 3, and I wanted to say 4. He said 3 of his brothers coach the national team. I'm not sure if you are included.
Yeah,
in that
I'm
3.
one of the 3.
Well, we want to see back
What
one
do you
of
think
those.
about the national team, John? If offered the job.
I'm sure it's been asked. They can get a nice first-class seat. They can shut the windows so as not to see outside, see the ocean if that's your biggest.
Remember, they tell themselves, them give me some money, them can't talk. Them never give me the money, so the interview done.